Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday and welcome back to another daily vlog. I'm Mick. I own a DTF and screen printing shop with my partner Alex. We have a very busy day today, but we are getting a jump on getting some orders printed. So let's get into it and I'll kind of update you guys as I get the orders ripped. So like I was just telling you guys, we do have some DTF prints that we have to get printed, but also we do want to get started. We had a huge screen printing order that was placed yesterday. If you guys don't know, we do print screen print transfers as well. That requires plastisol ink. That has nothing to do with the DTF printers, but we have a huge order that gets printed there. It's about 500 sheets. So with our turnaround time on screen prints, that's typically it's 3 to 5 business days. But since it's so many, we do want to get started on it so that we're not just printing 500 sheets at one time. So we have that planned today. We do have some DTF transfers that we need to get finished and wrapped up. And then we will hopefully be on time today. Yesterday, you guys saw the end of Monday, and it was crazy hectic. We were rushing around to get orders out. We did make it to FedEx, which is always great, but it was just like last minute running around. If you guys don't know, I am daily vlogging, so I have Monday's vlog actually uploading right now, so you guys will be able to watch that in probably the next hour or so, which by the time you see this, it'll already be up and ready to go. So make sure you guys watch that one if you kind of want to see us the hectic days. But right now we are going to get our printers up for the day and get them started. I actually see Alex is printing the transparency for the screen prints now. Oh, Alex is printing the transparency for the screen prints right now, and then we do have to burn the screen. So I'll show you guys a little bit of that process, and you guys get to see a little bit more about the screen printing side of things rather than the DTF. All right, I got the prints up for the day, or some of them loaded up. I'm gonna work on getting the rest up, but we got the printers started. We have printer 3 and 4 going right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a file loaded up for printer number 3 or for 4. You guys know that yesterday they started to show the blue, what's it called? Like it shows, it basically when it prints, I don't know if you guys have seen my last vlogs, but when it prints, it basically prints like a blue line through it all, and it came down to a huge clog we got it resolved, but now sometimes it'll just randomly do it. So we've been cleaning it when we see it and then just seeing where that leads us. So yesterday it started to do the blue line again closer to the end of the day, so we really just put Clog Buster in it and then decided to leave it and clean it before we left, and then ran some cleanings, put some normal capping solution in it. So I'm going to turn it on and see if it's going to work for us today. The humidifier has been going, so hopefully if there's any little clogs or anything like that, it'll be worked out. But I would really prefer to get printer number 4 up for the day because we just could really use its help. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I did clean up a little bit around each of the printers just to make sure that the powder stays up and no oil gets out. But let's see about printer. So I'm trying to see if I can, so this is kind of what it looks like. I'll see if I can show it to you guys. Flip the camera around. So you see like these blue lines. I don't know what that is. It said my camera just said focusing fail. So you probably weren't able to see it. But I'm gonna clean it and then take one of the little things, these things, and clean the rollers and underneath it, get all the blue off. Basically what we came to the conclusion is that when we had that big clog in it, it was basically just spraying blue ink instead of like running through the line. It was just spraying the blue ink when it would get to that clog. So that was causing like everything around the ink head and the print head to be blue, and now it's just rubbing, it seems like, just constantly. So we're still dealing with it. Hopefully we're getting to the end of it, but who knows. So far, these printers are doing well. We have a little bit of a heavier print day, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Alex is printing the transparencies. I'll show it to you guys because he actually just came out. the transparencies for the screen printing. So this is what they look like, and then we use this to burn one of these screens. You guys will see these screens. This is our screen printing set. We have just a random 4 screen right there, and then we have an automatic over there. So we're gonna take this, burn it into one of the screens, and then you push the ink through. So that's something that we're gonna hopefully get started on today. If these printers can make sure that they stay good and it doesn't need our attention 24/7. But that's where we are at for the day. And then we'll hopefully see how printer number 3 turns out. All right, I did end up getting printer number 4 up. It did start having the blue line, but it does look like it's worked itself out since. So I'm kind of just letting it run. And if there's any issues, I will address them. But right now it looks good. It does look like it's getting a little humid in here, so I am going to open this door, which I'm not too happy about because it is like 80 degrees outside. And I would rather turn on the air conditioner. But I don't want to be breathing this in. So, oh, it's hot out there. Hopefully it could just, everything could get out there fast and then turn on all of the stuff. Let me make sure this looks good. Okay. Now we're just gonna, so this one's running. I do have one loaded up. Printer number 3 is doing a cleaning right now while that design is loading. Let me go, I gotta go pair of scissors. While that design is loading, and then I'm going to get, ooh, the camera is not very stable. And then I'm gonna get loaded up with, I think it's 2 120s, so about 240 inches. And double check, do a quality check on these. Everything looks good. And then hopefully we will be off to, I mean we are off, but hopefully it'll just be everything looks the same. But keeping, so printer number 4 is just finished. I'm gonna actually go get the drive for it and upload the next design because it actually just finished ripping. So these things keep you running all day, every day. I just finished uploading my blog, so it is fully uploaded for the day, which is great. That took some time. But make sure you go watch that one, and then keep you guys updated on today. Alex burned the screen for, so yeah, the one going on printer number 4 as well is 2 120s, so that's 240. Alex burned the screen. Let me go get the drive for number 3. Alex burned the screen for the screen printing order. So that should be starting. We have to let it dry because you do use like the power washer to clean it. One day I'll show you guys that whole, I'm trying to talk and upload these designs. One day I'll show you guys like that whole thing about how like we upload and everything for screen print transfers, but you guys, because mainly you guys see DTF, but I can always show you guys that stuff. You'll get a lot of content probably in the next couple days of it because we do have quite a few orders actually. I think about 4 that are screen prints, and that takes typically both Alex and I, so we kind of have to coordinate our schedules to make sure, and then we'll kind of show you guys that process to see how it all goes. But I'm going to get these finished loading up so that they don't sit too long. Alright guys, a little time check-in right now. We are loading up some of the prints on printer number 4. So far the blue hasn't come back yet. I'm a little nervous right now because I just printed an all black design, and when that happens we typically have to run a cleaning to try to clean out the ink lines because if they haven't been used, like the colors. So typically when we run a cleaning is when that blue starts to show up, but we're just going to see if it goes anywhere. Printer number 2 has been running. It's given me a little bit of issues just in regards to, there's like something on the roll, so I had to clean out the, I don't know if you'll be over the camera, we'll see it, but it just basically looks like something's dried up there. So I have been kind of watching it as we go, but it's printing that. And then printer number 3 has been just perfect. Right as I say that, it's probably messed up. But printer number 3 has been perfect. Haven't really had any issues with it today. Gonna add some powder to printer number 2. But so far it's been a pretty, again, I'm not gonna say it because when I say it, it's gonna happen. But it's been a pretty calm day. All the printers have been behaving themselves, and yeah, so hopefully it's about 4:30 right now. So both cutoff times for Plus customers and our customers are officially, it's like done. So everything that's in there is gonna go, which is always a great feeling when, because sometimes like it gets stressful when it's like or 258 or whatever, and there's like a huge $600 order come in, and we want to stick to that like commitment time, so we usually will like get it out, but that just adds stress. So far, like, we didn't have any of that today, which is, again, we like those orders, but it just adds stress onto the day. Haven't had anything like that, so we're sitting really well in terms of like the time and the cutoff. We do have to take one package to USPS because it's priority mail, and then I think UPS wise, I think actually everything here is going FedEx, I want to say, which is, I mean, hey, gotta love a FedEx. But Alex is working right now on getting the screen prints up. So this is what it looks like right now. This is the screen after you burn the transparency that I showed you guys earlier in, and then you clean it out. Like, you take the, what's it called, power washer, and you kind of just spray out the emulsion from that design, and then we're going to push ink through that. So that's one design, and then there's one over there. So it's about 250 of each design that we're going to be printing. Probably won't get them all done today. I mean, it won't be possible to get them all done today, but it just gets us a head start for the next couple days, because that's a lot to print, especially with having to stop and get the DTF printers up or to load them up in the morning. It's just good to get a head start on all of that. So that's what's happening right now. I'll check back in with you guys when we start packaging orders, but everything that's been printing today is like all going, I mean, it's like a couple different orders, so they're all in the roll, and we're just waiting on like some from each order, so that there's nothing I can package right now. So that's what we're doing. I loaded up my I loaded up my YouTube video from yesterday, and it's doing really well so far. So I'm glad you guys are liking that. I think just like the kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? You guys are gonna have to start reading my head. Basically, the anticipation on that vlog of like, I kept saying, are we gonna get the orders out? Is it all gonna be like everything? I think that is like, because I kind of titled it that way, so I think that kind of just keeps everyone on their toes. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm still learning this whole YouTube thing, guys. But let's get these printers, get an order actually just wrapped up, so I can actually get that printed, or I can get that packaged, because I like to stay, you guys know that, I like to stay one step ahead, so that when the time comes, we're not packaging hundreds of different orders at once. That just causes too much, like, I feel like that just is the reason for like a mistake, or like a good time that a mistake can be made. So I think rolling them up as they come out is going to be very, very helpful. So I'm going to actually finish rolling this one up. I have to wait for the next order to be fully out so that I can finish rolling it, because if I cut it right now, it's just going to fall to the ground. So I kind of just have to wait, but that's where we're sitting. It's pretty chill Tuesday. As I say that, probably something's going to happen. Sorry. You guys can get some views of the printer. I rarely get to show it because I feel like we have a lot of Plus customers, and I don't like to show their designs. I've told you guys in the past, because they're like allowed to keep, basically, if they want to say like they're printing it or whatever, you can do that, but these are some of our customers. So there's one, and then I do think the other two are Plus customers. So we try to keep those a little discreet so that they don't have to be like well, you said you printed my order, and then it was printed on this YouTube channel I watched. So that's what's going on, guys. I did just have a file crash on the computer right as I said, let's not say anything because then something bad's going to happen. So that's why we just keep our mouth shut and we get through the day, because something bad almost happened. I think it's just there was no space on the computer. So I did clear some out and then I re-uploaded it. We'll see if that fixes it. If not, I jinxed myself. What can I expect? Time right now is 5:40. Alex just ran to UPS because we did have one package that had to go via UPS, but we are actually almost done, I want to say. We just have a couple more to print and then like a couple more gang sheets. So I think we'll actually be out of here quicker than our typical FedEx 7:30 time, which is great. But right now I am spending some time on the computer answering some emails. I have been very diligent and on keeping like the printers in tip-top shape today, so I haven't really had time to do anything else on my computer, so I'm just going to catch up on some of that. Printer number 4 is about to be done for the day, which is great because it means it survived another one of those blue, or another day without the blue whatever lines, clog, ink, whatever you want to call it. So that's where we're sitting right now. I think that we'll be able to leave probably in the next hour, maybe even sooner than that. I've been going through the orders right now and buying labels and just seeing what has to be printed and what is like what I need to buy basically for print or for, you guys know what I mean. I just can't, my brain is not operating in multiple directions today. So I am uploading also the tracking for everyone that I bought labels for, so that are already packaged and ready to go, so that we can basically just have everything set. And then if we have a little bit of extra time, I might actually just try to clean up the warehouse and just like make sure everything is good to go when we come in tomorrow. Because you guys know, as I was telling you guys last week, Wednesdays are either super busy or it's just like a normal printing day. So it really, I mean, I don't know. I feel like tomorrow might be a little crazy. I just have a feeling, but who knows? That could just be me based on like that yesterday was busy and today was a little busy. So like tomorrow's gonna be busy, but we'll see. That's what I'm gonna do. I might also start uploading this footage to the computer, my computer, to make sure I can get, or to start the process of getting all the clips in, because that does take some time at night when I get home. So I think just to save time, I might try to start with just like the half that I have made. I don't know, we'll see. It's been like a weird day because I feel like I haven't gotten a lot of footage, but maybe I have. We'll see when I get home. I thought I didn't have a lot yesterday, but I ended up having like a 30-minute vlog. Alex did start the screen prints, I told you guys, but I think he had to redo one of the screens because he ended up washing a bunch. But we do have, like I said earlier, we do have a couple of screen printing orders that have to go out this week. So maybe he's just preparing, I don't know. We haven't really had time to communicate what's going on with that. We're both kind of just doing our own thing today, figuring out all of what needs to be done on our both ends, and then we'll kind of like meet up at the end of the day and just see if there's anything he needs from me and if I need anything from him. But right now he is at UPS to drop off that one package, and then printers are going well. This one is printing, and then also printer number 2. So people ask me on my TikTok if these are 2 different printers. They're really not. They're the same printer. It's just oddly changed the design in like the 1 year that we bought a printer. So it's essentially the same exact thing. It's just looks different. So, which I kind of do wish it looked all uniform, because it does look like the 2 older ones are just like, it just doesn't, I want it all to look one, but that's just whatever. All right, we're gonna wrap up here, and then I'll update you guys on what time we leave. I am going to package a few more orders that are just sitting on the shelves. I think they're Plus customers, so they're gonna go with the orders that we ship out. So if their customers, if our Plus customers select pickup, we just ship it in packages with theirs orders, and then when they get it, they'll just be able to like call them or whatever. So we do have a lot of orders that are going pickup for a lot of different customers. So I do want to get those packaged and ready so that when the orders are done, we can just get ready to go. I did end up flipping more bottles over. So I went through, I told you guys earlier, I don't know what day it was, maybe that was in Fridays, I don't know. That when ink sits for a long period of time, it ends up actually, oh, I gotta roll this up. It ends up actually like kind of settling at the bottom. And when that happens, it just causes it to be like super runny through the printer lines. I don't know what's in the bottom. It just basically separates. And when it separates, it causes issues with the ink lines. So Alex and I have been trying to just shake up a bunch of different ink bottles, and we go through a bunch of white ink. So we did a few different bottles to make sure. We did it when we first got them, the day we got them. Alex just went through and flipped them over. But I went through all of those, so I took some time, and I'm actually going to flip over more. I just basically shake it and then flip it over so that everything that's in the bottom goes down to the top. Random, make sure you guys are checking your ink bottles, because we did have that issue where I was like filling the tank up, and then I was telling Alex like, feel this, feels like there's so much ink in there. And he was like, yeah, it's settling. And then we realized that it was basically just like running. It was water basically running through our printer. And it only really happened on the white ink. It did happen on some cyan with the last supplier we tried. That's why we didn't stop, because we had to call them basically and ask for either like a refund or for them to bring us like a newer box of ink, which they ended up doing. But it's still, that one just ended up not working out. So make sure you guys are checking your ink bottles. Don't let them settle. Make sure you're shaking them, because if not, it'll literally just be like water pouring through. And then that's not fun, because then it causes issues with the design. All right, guys, printer number 3 finished. So I am going to do some.
Here. We got DTF printed in the 3 and 2. Oh, it's up and running. Those of you guys who know, you know this is. These 2 are the workhorses of our business.
I'm going to take that thing that I told you guys last video or last time and kind of just clean under it, get all around it. It looks actually, it's a terrible window. It actually looks pretty fine right now. I probably won't do it. Just do it all. Oh, camera magnet just stuck to there. So I'm actually going to just come over here and probably clean, like, look at this, you guys. So this is like how you can tell that the blue is still just like, I don't know what it's doing. So I'm just going to clean this off. Clean it all off. And clean this too. I know, guys, I'm not supposed to mix the colors, but it's literally just all going in the trash. I just want to keep everything clean around this printer, because it seems to be very temperamental right now. It ended up doing completely fine today, but I'm just kind of like preparing for tomorrow, because I don't want to have to deal with, you guys know, anything bad. So I'm gonna take a paper towel and kind of just wipe it down. Yeah, like look at all that blue. Oh, the camera's on. I thought it was still on, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna finish cleaning this. It's just like precaution for tomorrow, but it did really well today. I'm gonna cut it then, and then the other 2 are just finishing up some prints, and then we should be out of here. Alex is filming for his vlog, so you guys can hear him. That's what that is. Oh, guys, always just keep your printers top notch. That was something that we had to learn the hard way. I'm sorry, I'm grabbing a paper towel. A few times, because one, we didn't really know about like all these, when we first started, all these chemicals and like deplasticizing and all that fun jazz and like capping solution. We didn't know about any of that, so we would literally, it just like, it gives me anxiety to think about how we used to just leave our printers overnight with like nothing in them, nothing like preventative maintenance on them. But so learn from my lesson, if you have that issue, then that is probably what that is. Gotta add powder. See, this is the issue. I don't know what is going on with printer 2. I think that the silver bar is just not level. But printer 3 is looking perfect as always. Man, guys, it's just been a nice day. I say that now, but like you guys, I told you guys earlier, you say that and then something bad happens. So just rolling these up, doing quality checks on them. That's another great thing about us like rolling them up like this, is that we do get to double check them and make sure that they look good. And everything looks good on this end, so I think we're good to go. Time is 7:05 right now. We are waiting on one more file to be printed. It looks like it's going to end. It's about at 76% right now, so I think it's going to end in like the next 10 minutes, and then we are going to have to rush out here. I packaged everything else up, so it's all good to go. It's really just getting that last one out, and then we'll be out of here. We were on track to leave early, and then as I was like packaging and QCing all of them, I was thinking this one doesn't look like it's the right color. So I went back to the file, double checked, and sure enough, it was not the right color. So I don't know what happened there, if a printer just goofed or what, but I did have to reprint that. It was a 120-inch game sheet. That's okay, those don't take too long to print. So we're still on track at 7:07. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I am liking daily vlogging so far. So hopefully we can keep up the momentum. I know that it's a lot of the same and just me yammering on about what we're doing, but I'll try to get better. I'm getting better at it. We'll just say that. Every day we're going to progress. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have made it this far in the video, please don't forget to subscribe and follow me on all my other social media. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully let's knock on wood. I tried to set myself up the best way that I can. I got some files already ripped so that when I come in, I just have to download them, or I just have to load them up to the printers, and then we'll be good to go. But you guys, you never know. You never know what the next 12, 15 hours can bring. But thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow.